Heat out there today that the firefighters are dealing with.
I know, it's been extremely hot out there this afternoon. We actually made it to 100 degrees and officially at the airport, and we have not seen that here in the past couple of years. So it's been a while.
Yes.
And we typically see our first 100-degree day on July 10th.
Okay, so we're getting close.
We're getting pretty close. And yeah, today marks that day. The last time that happened was back in August of 2020. We've had several days, though, where we've reached over 90 degrees here in Oklahoma City. We've reached 103 today in Enid, 103 in Ponca City, and 103 degrees in Lawton. Now, we do have a heat advisory for all of central and eastern Oklahoma that officially goes through Thursday. It could feel upwards of around 110 degrees. But here's the thing. No matter where you go across the state over the next week or so, it is going to be dangerously hot. Now, right now, this is our National Cowboy Museum camera up over Pike Pass Skycam Network. Mostly sunny, 99 degrees, a south wind at 16, wind gust at 26 with a dew point of 65. It does make it feel more like 102 degrees. Temperatures all across western Oklahoma in the upper 90s and low 100s. Lots of upper 90s across eastern Oklahoma with a south wind between about 15 to 25 miles an hour. Gusts approaching around 30 in the far west. And the dew points in the 60s for most of us, but we still have some upper 60s and low 70s in the north and east. So that is where it does feel anywhere between about 102 to 109 degrees. Right now, it is hot, and the heat index will likely stay above 100 degrees at least over the next 7 days. But it does look like by the time we get into early to midweek of next week, a weak boundary is going to move through. And although it's not going to cool us down a whole lot, we will be going from around 100 degrees down into the middle 90s. So it's going to make at least a little bit of a difference. The main jet stream is well to the north, so we've got the ridge of high pressure over the central and southern plains, and from time to time we do get these weak pieces of energy around it that provide at least a chance of rain and storms. In fact, we do have an isolated storm just north and east of Guyman right now, and it's moving pretty quickly to the north and east. But that's how the pattern's going to stay. Very few rain and storm chances, primarily in the Panhandle and far northwest Oklahoma, so just right around the borders of Oklahoma. Again, around that ridge, that's what's going to be the pattern for the next several days. Now, we've got a cool front that's going to be moving in on Friday, but it's hard to call it a cool front because it's really not going to cool us down a whole lot. We're still going to reach about 100 degrees on Friday, but dropping down into the low to mid 90s in northwest Oklahoma with a slight chance of storms. But by early next week, we've got another cool front that will be moving through sometime between Tuesday and Wednesday, and that does look to bring at least another slight chance of storms with temperatures falling a few degrees after that. But generally, the big headline is just going to be how hot and miserable it is. Tonight, dropping down to about 74 in Oklahoma City, 76 in Ponca City, 78 degrees in Clinton. Tomorrow afternoon, I think we're going to do 100 degrees. Again, in Oklahoma City, 104 in Ponca City, Alva, Enid, 104 in Altus, 102 in Hobart. Tomorrow evening, slight chance of storms in the Panhandle. And then by Thursday, 102 in Oklahoma City, 106 though in Ponca City, Enid, Alva, Hobart, Altus, Lawton. We're getting extremely hot. Thursday evening, the chance for storms will go up a little bit more in the Panhandle with a slight chance of storms in northwest Oklahoma on Friday. Here comes the cool front. Obviously not going to mean a whole lot for us here in Oklahoma City when we're still talking about 101 degrees. Now that's going to happen, I think, early in the afternoon, and then temperatures will eventually drop down into the 90s once we can get the cool front to move at least a little bit farther south. But we're talking about low to mid 90s in northwest Oklahoma, and during the day with that boundary moving through, it will bring a slight chance of rain and storms across pretty much the entire state. But if we were to get a storm, it wouldn't produce a whole lot of rain. We're just going to be staying hot for quite some time with very little chance of any rain at all. We'll be right back.